tariff man with his stupid trade war plan, which is causing problems now for everyone. Doesn't know how tariffs work, 'cause he's an illiterate jerk who could not pass Econ 101. Tariff man, please listen. Basic math, you're dismissing. Tariff man, the economy's being screwed up by you. Treating our woes with contempt. But if Ivanka is exempt, tariff man, you haven't got a clue. Tariffs that you pour on just confirm you're a moron as you run the country just like your failed companies. How can we get through to you? China doesn't pay, we do. Tariff man, how low is your IQ? Farmers who sell soybeans have now learned what oil means. Tariff man, you promised your base trade wars are a breeze. Oh, please. Doesn't see what's happening, knows not much of anything. If he had a conscience, I would pity it. Tariff man, you really are an idiot. Tariff man, you are a friggin' idiot.
He's a freaking idiot. I played it again because I liked it the last time we played it. I like that song. That is Lauren Mayer from Lauren's Comedy Songs. If you haven't checked her out, go over to her YouTube channel and check her out. She does tons of these things, and every one of them are just a joy to listen to and get you a good laugh going. So, hey, family, how's it going? What camera am I looking at? That one? Yeah. How y'all doing? It's Tuesday, baby. First off, let me apologize for the technical difficulties that we had yesterday. I guarantee you the words that came out of my mouth were just so great that you just would have just, are you shitting me? I can't believe that I did 20 minutes of a video, uploaded it, and then all of a sudden I started getting messages, even my phone getting messages, and my phone rang and said, John, what happened to the sound? Well, the technical difficulty is I'm an ignorant shit sometimes when I didn't hit the right switch or whatever it was, but I didn't have my man Travis here, so I screwed up. But yeah, I just couldn't do it again, baby. I just wasn't there. First off, I want to thank, because I wrote them down as I seen them, Jana Shedler, Chuckster's here, Randy Curvin's here, Colleen Collins, Lola Sanchez, Karen Cormier, Linda Calbro, Janet Gibbons, and of course Val Woods here. How y'all doing? I just wanted to say a shout out to some of y'all that was coming by. And Lord have mercy, hasn't it been an interesting day? It's picking up, baby, and you can see a lot of it because some court decisions haven't really gone in Donnie's favor. He is getting upset, and he's going to have another game plan, try another way or some shit like that. But let me see. I think one of the Judicial Committee, I guess it was, so put subpoenas out for Hope Hicks and Ann Donaldson, and they want them to come in and testify. And Donnie's getting a problem here because he just can't claim executive privilege on everything. And but what that is about is Don McGahn, because Don McGahn did not show up today, baby. He was supposed to show up in front of Congress and testify today. Yeah, but Donnie told him not to, so he didn't. And now we have a problem. And he's going to have to address that. But I wanted to point to why the McGahn testimony is important and why Hope Hicks and Ann Donaldson. And it has to do with part 2 of the Mueller report, which I'm going to read this little part. on page 88 of part 2 on the obstruction charge, and it's talking about when Donnie told McGahn to tell Rosenstein to fire Mueller. That's obstruction of justice. And then Donnie tried to turn around and tell McGahn, when he was asked about that by the news reports, if it was true. Donnie asked him to lie about it. And wow. Reuben Michaels, I appreciate, just donated $10 through Super Chat. And he says, keep up the good work, brother. We appreciate it. And I want to give out a shout out to Grim, who at the end of last program donated $2 through Super Chat. We appreciate that every time. It helps pay the bills, baby, and that's what's keeping us going. So we appreciate that. Anyway, getting back to the obstruction charge, when Donnie asked McGahn, or told McGahn to lie to the reporters when they asked him, did Donnie tell you to tell Rosenstein to fire Mueller? And Donnie wanted him to not to. And this is what Mueller had to say about that. Pardon me while I read for just a second. First, McGahn's clear. Oh, Lordy. This might be better. McGahn's clear recollection was that the president directed him to tell Rosenstein not only that conflicts existed, but that Mueller has to go. McGahn is credible witness with no motive to lie or this ain't gonna work. Exaggerate given the position he held in the White House. McGahn spoke with the president twice and understood that the president understood the president's request. In response to that request, McGahn decided to quit because he did not want to participate in the event that he deemed was a replica of the Saturday Night Massacre. He called his lawyer, drove to the White House, picked up his office, prepared to submit a resignation letter to the chief of staff, Ann Donaldson, that the president had asked him to do very crazy shit, and informed Priebus and Bannon that he was leaving. Those acts would be highly unusual reaction to a request for information from the Department of Justice. I'm sorry, I can hardly read that shit. But that's obstruction of justice. McGahn doesn't want to come in to testify. Donnie don't want him to come in and testify, and that's fine. Let's get Hope Hicks in there. Let's get Ann Donaldson in there. Ann Donaldson has a lot of notes. She has already been informed to preserve those notes. Congress wants to take a look at those. And this little net that Donnie keeps trying to throw over everything is not going to work. He's trying to claim a defense after the court ruling that said his accounting firm is going to have to turn over the documents that they wanted, and now he's going all ape shit over that, trying to get an appeal. That isn't going to work because he doesn't have executive privilege over anything except when he was president. This shit goes on before he was president. He's got no control over it, and he's going to lose that fight. Those documents are going to come out. It doesn't matter how much he sits around and whines. But yeah, there's action going on, and I'm encouraged. I'm encouraged with the talk of impeachment. There's more of it going on. It is the resolution of this shit. There were crimes done. The remedy for that is in our Constitution. It's called impeachment, and I want to see impeachment hearings start. They don't have to go for articles of impeachment tomorrow. Let's wait till next week. But let's start the impeachment hearings. This man cannot sit up there and try to play king and dictate who gets to see what and when and who gets to talk where. Bullshit. He's trying to claim executive privilege on McGahn, saying that senior advisors to the president do not have to be compelled to testify in front of the House, and that's bullshit because they've been doing it for years, in decades, as a matter of fact, the story said. So every other advisor to the president has been compelled to go in front of the Senate and in the House, and eventually Donnie's gonna have to quit whining and let people go up there and testify. Anyway, now that I got sidetracked on that, last night because I had no sound. This is my new shirt, baby. I haven't gotten a shirt in a while, And it came from Jill Thomas from she's a Blue Dot in New Jersey, and she said, keep up all the good work you're doing, and we will win in 2020. And yes, baby, we will, because it's our responsibility to do that shit. We have to. There's no other alternative. But she sent me the shirt. I haven't received a shirt in a long time, so thank you, Jill. I appreciate it very much. Excuse me. And then the postcard I held up yesterday from Ottawa, that came from Jim Berglund, and he is from Colorado Springs, Colorado, but he's been up in Canada for a while. And what I said last night when I was talking about this was how Jim told me that everybody up in Canada can't stand Donnie the Dick. So, you know, he's I listened to somebody on the radio the other day when I was in my truck, and talking about Donnie's image around the world, other countries, how they see it. Aussie Dave tells us when he gets on here and stuff like that, how the world looks at Donnie, and it's the same way we look at him. So, you know, we're in a big fight with everybody. All right, Chuckster 255 just donated $5 through Super Chat. Does that say 5? And let that
here, I can get it for
yeah.
you. For some reason, you turned my monitor. I can't like read any of that anymore since you moved all my stuff again.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna turn it.
All right. Well, be careful. We don't want to ruin our whole operation here. Anyway, Chuckster writes, "Let's get that orange mother effer out of office."
Let's do that. Let's do that.
Chuckster, Ruben, Grim, y'all rock. Thank you very much.
We appreciate it very much. Like I say, it pays the bills. It's keeping us going right now, and every dollar helps, and we appreciate every one of them. So.
Okay, well now can you see that?
I can't see shit tonight for some reason.
Yeah, well I noticed
I tried with my glasses just now, and I can't. My new
new
$9 glasses that I bought, and this ain't working. I'd have to get like right there, and that don't work too good.
Well, I can't do really good with big words, but I can try reading that shit for you if you want.
Oh yeah, well you know big words, don't you?
No.
Can you articulate right?
What in the world is articulate?
Hey, it's articulate. You got to articulate well. If you don't articulate well, people just won't give you no mind. Right, Jen Morgan, how are you doing, darling? Go ahead.
Actually, no, I was about to say, so here's what we're going to do. We got a lot of people on our call tonight, so I'm going to introduce everybody one by one, and then we can get this conversation started. Right. They've been waiting here for a little bit. We wanted to
let's get going, baby.
Monologue out of the way.
Yep.
So speaking of Jen Morgan, we got Jen Morgan. Hey, Jen.
Hey.
How you doing, Jen? Jen is one of our moderators, so we always appreciate that. You having a good day?
I'm here doing fine. Came off a hot weekend fighting the flat earth.
Oh, man. Oh, no. Are you shitting me? A flat earther? Is that what you said?
Fighting the flat earth.
Oh, fighting. Yeah, okay. Yep. That's what we're all doing.
I appreciate your cause that you're fighting for, to be honest.
Yes.
There's a lot of Trump supporters in that side of the argument.
Yep.
Mark my page here, because I don't want to.
They do not. I don't even want to get into that as much as I want to.
Yeah,
it's just
good idea.
How?
What?
Anyway.
What I missed? I was putting away my book.
Well, no. It's just the idea that people, flat Earth society, whatever. The fact it's even a thing. There's a lot of things going on in the world right now that shouldn't be a thing.
There's a bona fide illness for that. It's called stupidity.
Yeah.
Look it up in your medical books, people.
Yeah, but that shit can't be cured.
That's right. Hi, Candy Guidry. How you doing, darling? Tomorrow's Wednesday, darling. Church, don't forget that.
So we're gonna go down the list from here on. We got Biker Wisdom, one and only.
Hey, Leo.
I'm here. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you, bud? How's life up in?
I just pulled the last Yingling Pilsner out of the refrigerator. I know there's other. I got the lager in there, but I just pulled the last Pilsner. I'll be damned.
Boy, howdy shit. There you go, hitting the bottle.
We also want to welcome Deborah Gerlach. Deborah, you there? Deborah,
we're talking to you this time. She got her a new set of headphones. She says she got headphones and she got everything.
Trying to see if we can get her.
That's right. She's up in Arkansas. She's on a journey, baby. So how's things out in Tennessee, Leo?
Hot today. I'm a little bit sweaty, but it's all right. I took one of those lazy days today. I ended up doing a rant. I didn't intend to because I was wanting to see how some of this would go, but
I'm sorry, bud. I haven't seen it. I'll look at it in a little while. I'll look at it
Well,
this evening.
we got the whole.
I'll share that shit.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, it's hard.
The
I want
whole-
people to know sometimes when I don't share your videos, it means I didn't see it. It's down on my timeline because I have so many friends
Yeah,
that it gets buried and I don't see it. And
We need to make like an account to where you can
Yeah,
just
we
be
do.
able to look at things like that
We
that
do.
you want to keep track
Can you
of
do
that you want
that?
to share. Yeah, I can make something like that. I'll do that tonight. We
That
also
might work.
want to welcome. Let's see. While we're waiting for Deborah to get on, we got Keith Thompson.
Keith, my
Hello,
man,
everybody.
Semper
Blue
Fi,
Dots.
bub.
Yeah, all is good.
Good. Oh, you sounding good tonight. Sounding good tonight, Keith.
Yes, coming through.
Good deal, buddy.
Good deal.
How's everything up in St. Paul?
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis. I'm sorry. Rolls around in my head, buddy. I'm telling you.
Our
All right.
sister.
Really quick here. Go ahead and read that name out, and I'll read the message.
Reggie Carter. He donated $5 through Super
No,
Chat.
15.
Oh, I'm sorry. See, you better
See?
read that shit.
Yeah, I better read that
We
shit for you.
better read that
Reggie
shit.
Carter donated $14.99 through Super Chat. It says, "Love your spirit. It's clear you are here for such a time. Or it is clear you are here for such a time as this. Though weary, tired, or discouraged, fight on, John. We are beside you, fighting as well. Long live the righteousness. Vote.
That's
Blue
it.
dots, stand up. See, I need
That's
glasses
it.
too. I don't know why I'm not wearing my
See
glasses.
there, you told me
Reggie
you could
Carter,
articulate.
thank you so very
Reggie,
much.
we appreciate tremendously, buddy. That goes, man. I'm telling you, I don't want to get. That goes a long way right now. And we yeah. Thank you.
We also want to welcome Velda to the call tonight. How's it going, Velda?
Pretty good.
Hello, Belda.
Good deal.
Hey,
Hi, Velda.
got one quick thing for you. I don't know if you know this, but I know who the judge is for the upcoming hearing about the
Oh,
his financials.
tell us. Does his name start with an M?
Oh yes, it does.
Go ahead and tell everybody who that is. Go ahead and tell everybody who that is, Belda.
Well, he was Merrick,
That's him.
isn't it?
Yes.
Merrick Garland.
Yep.
Yes. I
How
thought
about-
that was poetic karma.
I'm telling
Oh,
you.
that's really
what-
is.
Yeah, what goes around. Yeah, what goes around comes around. Yeah, there you go, buddy. Let's see how that goes. Yeah.
Okay, this is going to turn into a good
That's good,
conversation
Bella.
tonight.
Thank you.
So, really quick, we also want to welcome Velika. Hi, Velika.
Hello.
Hello, Belka. How you doing?
How are
Hello.
you?
I'm doing fine, darling. It
Well,
was a,
your Friday was like mine.
huh?
Your Friday was like mine.
Oh no. You had a bad Friday?
Yeah, let's put it this way. I had to deal with a racist and make
Oh,
sure
that's
that
never
God
fun.
and everybody else
That's
heard me.
never fun.
No, that ain't.
I don't
Yeah.
care where you are in this country, you're gonna deal with it.
No, yeah, it's everywhere, baby. It's everywhere. It's in every
He
state.
brought it to the fore.
Yep, in
Yeah,
every
it's all
city.
him.
You know,
Oh, it's okay. Go ahead and be that way.
Yeah.
It ain't okay. Fuck all of them.
that's
Yeah.
what I say, baby. You know, and,
Unfortunately, that was my mother.
Oh,
well,
that
you know,
sucks.
I fully understand. I have family that are that way too.
Yep, and that's
know,
always the worst
I
because
haven't
it's like.
spoke to him
I
in
love her
years.
to bits.
I haven't
I love her
spoken.
to bits.
Yeah.
mm,
Well, you know, we do. You know, I've had that discussion with several of our Blue Dot family members on the phone and stuff. That you know, you're going to have a family member that you love, but that they drank the Kool-Aid. They're MAGAs. They're
John,
Trump supporters.
let me jump in here for a minute. I
What?
want to talk about just that exact thing.
Well-
Y'all know, many of you saw that bastardized flag that I posted a picture of.
Yes, I saw that.
Half the stars and stripes, and half
Yeah.
the stars and bars.
There's stupidity for you.
Well, hold on a minute. The reason it got me so worked up, and I posted it. I didn't post a picture at his house, but my brother has one of those flags flying over his house.
You know.
But here we go.
Yeah.
John, I had a talk with him.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
I said, and I got thinking about, wait a minute, what are you doing this for, and what are you trying to represent? Because he
Right.
posted like something like,
Yeah.
Merrick, fuck
Yeah, you can flip them the bird, or you could ask them a responsible question.
So that's what I did.
Yeah.
And he really didn't answer very well. He just said, look, he just represents people that stand up against the authorities and that sort of thing to me. I said,
Yeah.
all right, there's a good way to do that. It's called the Constitution.
Yeah.
Let's get behind it. And then said, I got a deal for you. I got our daddy's flag in a display case. You know the triangle.
Right. I have my father's.
I said, I got Daddy's flag. You promise me you'll take that bastardization down, and I will send you Daddy's flag.
Yeah, there you go.
Sometimes that's what we got to do.
Yeah.
Now,
Well,
my dad's flag, I'm not going to get off into a rant
I don't think
here.
he would put that flag with the rebel flag.
I don't think he would either, and
don't
that's
think
what
he
I
would.
told him. I said,
Yeah.
you take that one down, and you put our dads up, and I'm okay.
There you go, baby. There you go.
Red, black,
There you
and
go.
blue.
Yeah, that's us, baby. That's all of us.
Yeah, it's bigger than we are.
Yeah.
It's bigger than he is. It's bigger than any one person in this country,
Well, you know,
especially Donald Trump.
I got.
No, I was just gonna say before we go any further with that, we also want to welcome Yogi to the call. Hey, Yogi, how you doing?
Yogi.
I'm a good.
There you
Good
good.
deal.
Good deal, buddy. I'm glad to hear it.
Hello, Yogi.
And we also want to welcome Chris Claus to the call.
All right, there's Santa Claus. Chris Claus. How you doing, bub?
All right, John.
Good deal, buddy.
I'm doing all right. We got friends over here.
Well, good.
I've got my friend, my beekeeper friend over here.
Ah,
He's been all over the world taking care of bees. And
I
his
love it.
girlfriend here.
I love it. I'm telling you.
I didn't know that Bear's dad was Chris Claus. Hello, Chris.
Yes, that's
Good
Bear's
morning,
dad.
sir. How
That's
are you?
Chris Claus, baby.
I
That's-
did not know that. Now I do.
That's our man up in Michigan.
wait
I mean,
a
up in
couple weeks.
Massachusetts. Michigan. Where shit am I
Yep.
going from?
Man, yeah, we've been cooking all night. We've had New York strip and scallops and bacon and risotto and cookies. And
Food porn.
salad
Thanks,
and-
Chris. Call up here and make everybody hungry. We're gonna have to listen
I
to
know.
food porn.
Thank you very
That's what we
much.
got here. Listen to that, baby. You're making me hungry.
But really, eating like you're.
Yeah.
Leaving none for us.
Oh, is that right?
Hey, Mike,
What you bringing up for the rest of the class?
That's right. There you
Yeah,
go.
my door
You
is
invite us. Where's our steak and corn and stuff like that? Come on.
Well, man, I'm glad you're here,
my
buddy.
door is always open.
You have a big heart, and I'm the first to let everybody know that. Chris is the one that has provided us our mixer, the microphone I'm speaking through, and a lot of honey that I am just eating up, baby. I have turned other people on to honey. That I thought, hey, you like honey? Yeah, I love honey. Well, taste this honey. Hey, that don't taste like honey. This tastes like honey and something else. Yeah, that's that experience. There's a lot of people that haven't had that experience of that kind of honey, Chris. It's
Yeah, well, this is Brian. This is the one that introduced me to all these different honeys.
what
all over
flavors?
the world. In fact, he's got 300 pounds of Ethiopian honey in the back of his truck right now. He's
Are
trying
you
to-
shitting me? There you go. There you go.
It sounds like the biggest damn drug bust in
Really?
the
No
world.
shit. Somebody call the law, baby. Call the popo. We got a bust going on. Oh, man. I'm telling you. And the knowledge that y'all have given us with the books that you sent us, I'm telling you, it gives us a greater appreciation for them's ducks. Them ain't bees.
No, those are ducks, and that's to
Well,
introduce,
yeah.
last but not least, Dennis.
Oh, is that
Dennis
Dennis's?
is living the high life right
No,
now.
Dennis is living a high life.
Oh, is he out fishing while we're doing this?
I believe he is. Dennis, are you out
A
fishing?
lot of honey.
That takes a lot of nerve, man.
I'm telling you.
Oh, he was here, but he ain't here anymore. But
Oh.
I had to show the picture.
Travis kicked him out.
No, I did not kick him
Kicked
out.
him
I
out
would
there,
not
bub.
kick Dennis
Wouldn't
out.
take that shit, Dennis, if I was you, buddy.
Yeah, so
I'd kick my own ass before I'd kick Dennis out. Are you shitting me? Wait. Okay, here he is.
There he is.
Here he goes.
Dennis, are you out fishing?
Absolutely.
Are you?
You are actually out
You're
fishing,
out fishing.
while we're doing this.
What a man. What a man. What a guy. I'm telling you, man. He can walk
There's
and
some
chew gum at the
multitasking
same
right
time,
there.
baby. He can talk and fish at the same time. I need to move
Where's
my
the
shit
fish?
outside. That's what I need to do.
Scare them fish off, bud. You catch one while we're at it, we're gonna be
Fish,
pissed.
shut the door.
Yeah.
When's the fish fry?
Yeah, when's the fish fry, buddy? We're all coming over.
Where are you? I'm looking at the ducks and I'm trying to identify the species. I'm not exactly certain, but they're not from around here in Tennessee.
Oh, I know what kind
No,
of are.
I'm in San Antonio.
Them are ducks.
MR not.
MR2.
MR2. What was the rest of that?
Yeah, I can't remember it, but I remember that part. MR2, MR not.
CM Wangs?
CM Wangs. Yes. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. I can't remember all of it, but it pops up in my head every time I hear that.
Yeah, I know.
Minnesota, all the birds are headed your way.
Yes, yes. They're going north now. No, yeah, they're going north for the summer, baby.
Yeah, they're heading north.
Yeah, they're going north. That shit, no, it's too damn hot down here. I guarantee we was up in the 90s today, baby. It was sweating in that truck.
And they're making such a mess
It was
around the
freezing down here.
Where are you down there freezing?
I caught freezing, but it was like 50 some odd degrees up here.
Well, see,
in
50
Canton.
degrees is freezing. That is
Where's
freezing.
that?
That's freezing to me, baby. I'm telling you, get around 50. I'm looking for something to put on because it's cold outside.
Darlington, where are you?
In Canton, Ohio.
Oh, that's
Oh,
pretty
you're
north.
up in Ohio. I'm sorry. I'm in Tennessee, and I'm saying I'm sorry she's in Ohio. Think about that.
32 is a heat wave.
32. What? 32? Keith? That's cold. That's cold.
It's in the mountains.
There's a lot of bad weather going across. There's a lot of midsection Oklahoma and stuff that got hit with terrible tornadoes. So, you know, if you remember, if you see a way to help those people out, they're probably going to need it, baby. You know.
Yeah, well, John, you just need to take care of yourself too. I was seeing some nasty stuff coming by you. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, buddy. We're too mean down here for it to come
I
down
did
this far.
hear about that. I worried about you.
No. It went north of us. We've had clear skies for the last 2 days. No rain.
Good.
John's in Corpus.
Knock on wood for you.
We're on the sparkling city by the bay down here. We're in what they call the Texas Riviera. That's where we live down.
I haven't been there yet, but
Coastal
I want to.
cowboys down here. Oh man, I'm telling you.
River rising?
What's that, Keith?
All right, we're going to get into this impeachment talk.
Is the river rising?
Oh no. The river came up a little bit, but not very much. Nothing for me to worry about, Keith, at all, except the fact that I don't get down there and fish enough. But yes, Leo, impeachment, baby. I think the impeachment hearing should start tomorrow. You know,
I agree with
you know,
you on that.
we have obstruction.
Yeah, I agree.
We have, I think it's 8 or 10 cases of obstruction against his ass, and this is the one that's the obstruction de jour, the one of the day, and that's how come they're going after Ann Donaldson and Hope Hicks because of the notes that they kept when Donnie told McGahn to tell Rosenstein to fire Mueller. And which is
Yep,
obstruction.
now there's a ton of things out there, and those notes are there.
Yeah.
But here's the thing that everybody needs to remember in this.
What's that?
This is a congressional process as well that requires a committee, and that committee is going to take time, and they're going to get just as much obstruction as all of the others have. It's going to be a while. It's going to take some time.
Yes, it's past time for impeachment. You're right, Lynn.
We got, and Velda just brought up in another one, somebody's TV is overriding everything.
We got somebody who's got their TV on.
I think that's Chris Kloss.
Oh no, that's not TV. I think they're just having conversation.
Oh, okay.
They have a group. They have a group of people there.
I guess he can't just look over and say, "Shut the hell up."
It's a crime drama. We're waiting to find out who did it.
Well, here, let's get back to this. There is enough there. We all know there is.
Yeah.
But to do anything, we have to have good, hard, solid evidence, and that doesn't mean supposition. We have plenty of that, and well-placed supposition.
I believe the evidence can be found in those notes. You know,
yes, it can.
Especially in this situation here with the McGahn deal. Donnie is trying his best to keep that out because that is gonna point to straight obstruction. I think we might be able to use that as a bellwether to what we will see as a time frame with everything else. We're going to see a lot.
The whole McGahn thing, we are absolutely certain that McGahn is going to have to testify.
Yes, he's going to have to come sooner or later.
What it's going to take is to go through some more court process, as will this release of the financial things. That's going to still have to be made a decision. yes, he said we're going to have to do this, and the courts are going to back him up eventually, but we still aren't going to see it next week or next month.
I don't think the courts are going to back him up on those documents coming from the accounting firm. That's pretty cut and dry.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, we'll see those. They got 7 days to turn those over. Now Donnie's already run to the appeal court, but I believe that it doesn't.
We're going to see that.
Yeah.
But still, that took time, and everything we do in this impeachment process is going to take equally that kind of time. He's going to block it every way he can.
Yes, that's his defense for everything, is to stall, delay, sue, do whatever it takes to keep the chaos going until 2020. That's his master plan. He doesn't give a shit what subject it is about either, whether it be about the subpoenas here or immigration or any other issue that faces. It's just bullshit and keep chaos going. And that's how he rules. That's what he's been doing ever since he came here.
Now, here's the thing.
This is the thing, though. This is not a question of if we should impeach. This is not a question at all in my book. When they were all yelling constitutional crisis, there is no constitutional crisis. The Constitution provides for a remedy for what's in it, right? What's happening right now, and that remedy is impeachment. And then the trial goes to the Senate.
I would worry about is the timing. I would worry about the timing and the fact that we are only 16 months. If we focus,
what do we got?
on being able to remove him the best way, with a landslide.
The longer we wait, though, the closer we get to that time, and then it starts looking like a political move instead of a constitutional move. We have to do this now. Absolutely. I don't want to wait until right before the election when we start doing impeachment hearings, because then the political ads that Donnie's going to be running is, look at all these liberal libtards over here just trying to gang up on me and redo history and attack me right here before the election. No, we need to get this shit done now.
I agree with you, but I wonder if his stalling tactics aren't going to play into his hands.
There, Benghazi.
Yeah. Yes. Remember Benghazi. Remember how the Republicans play this shit.
May I say something?
Sure, Jen. I'm sorry.
You know, we got Nancy Pelosi up there in charge.
Right.
For a long time, our side has been saying Nancy Pelosi is good at what she does. Nancy Pelosi knows how to run the Congress, and that she's one of the best ever at it. We need to trust her. We need to understand that she knows the process that has to happen. We also have to understand that she understands the politics of what's going on.
There you go, Jen.
And not lose our minds because we're tense about it.
Right.
We have to trust our people.
That's
Thank you, Jen. That is a very good point.
And I'll give you my take on Nancy. Nancy, because like Jen just said, it is the political part of this that you have to. That she knows that she's wise to this shit. If Nancy would have took over the House and immediately picked up that gavel and started talking impeachment, the right would have gone nuts. Look at there. That's all they're after blood. They're trying to destroy us and all this bullshit. Nancy kicked back and said, well, no, not impeachment.
Until tomorrow when there's an emergency meeting.
Right. When the evidence starts being produced. Now we're starting to talk about initiating the impeachment hearings, those calling those witnesses out, getting it out in front of the public. That's when we start getting the shit on the floor. That's what's going to turn the tide.
I missed the name of the person who was, but you did see that there's one Republican congressman who has come out publicly.
There's one.
In front of microphones and
we need Republican senators to back that up, though.
Yeah.
Well, it's got to start with somebody, and the wall has got one piece out of it.
And I am happy to say that Amash is not backing down. And you know, I do right here on my iPad over here. I started a letter, and I'm writing a letter to my congressman, Michael Cloud. And it is not about a particular issue. It is about, he was recently elected in a special election in my district, and I'm about tired of not seeing him with a voice. He's my representative in Congress, and I haven't typed it all out yet. It's still up in my head, but I'm coming at him from, you're from Texas, you're from my district. Honesty and integrity. That's what we elected. That's what you said you were. I have heard no word from him speaking out against the lies that this man that comes out of that man's mouth. I'll put it in real good terms. Y'all know me.
Is he a Republican?
Yes, he's a Republican, and I'm going to challenge his integrity. Why are you hear these blatant lies, these untruths, these hateful things that this man says, and you don't do shit about it. I'm not going to use the word shit, and I won't phrase it all like that, but y'all get my gist. I'll sit down. I'm going to try to write him a professional letter and challenge his voice as my representative in Congress. Why don't I hear him standing up? These obstruction of justice in the Mueller report, if you read it, it's there. Now we see this man trying to block every attempt for oversight, and that's what this is boiling down to. Donnie wants to take away oversight from the legislative branch. That's their job. The Constitution spells it out clearly that Congress has oversight on a co-equal part of government. Donnie is trying to take over not only the executive branch, but he's trying to do it with the judicial branch, with trying to, his attorney general is Donnie's private lawyer. You know, his bullshit.
Well, going beyond there, the courts too, with what we just had from Judge Maida saying, you have to give up these financials.
Yeah.
The very first thing he did was come out and again saying, but what do you expect? That's an Obama judge.
Yeah, that's he's going to come out with that shit every time.
American judges.
Yeah, he's going to come up with that bullshit every chance he gets. That's an Obama judge, you know.
That's but Merrick isn't.
Yeah, no, Merrick Garland is not an Obama judge.
Isn't
he could have been, should have been, but he ain't.
Isn't Merrick GW?
I'm sorry?
I said, isn't Merrick GW's posting?
Yes, he was. That's why he was the one that was nominated by Obama.
Yeah, he was ascension. I mean, everybody loved him. Right and left loved him.
He put him in there because he was appointed by a Republican.
Yeah, that was a move by Obama because just that. Because he wanted to pick somebody that would be acceptable to both sides, and Merrick Garland was. Unfortunately, that didn't give a shit to Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell didn't crap about nothing. And he held up judgeships long before Merrick Garland. That's what Mitch McConnell has been doing. We don't only have to take the House. I mean, we have to take the Senate, people. It's not just a matter of Donnie the Dick. Baby. It's that Republican Senate in there right now that's controlling everything in the Senate. We're not getting the bills on the floor that the American people are demanding. All the gun right bills. We have another shooting every time. Don't worry about it. It'll fade out of the news real quick until the next one.
100 bills went to the Senate in 4 months, and not a single one. They've all been shelved.
There you go, baby. That's the obstruction.
They don't give a fuck about that. They give a shit about making money off of our backs. They give a shit about keeping their next vote going, and that's it.
Me, Travis, and Mama was out there a little while ago. As a matter of fact, Mama's out there watching Beto O'Rourke's town hall right now.
Is that on you?
That's on tonight. I'm missing it, but family time is more important. Y'all know I'm a Beto fan, but when we're talking, I was a Beto fan for senator of my state. He lost. I'm sorry he lost. We tried as hard as we could, but you know how it is. We ain't no good down here in Texas. When he started to run for president, I was asked, John, why aren't you jumping on the Beto wagon? Because I'm on a national stage for president. I'm going to put him in the category of everybody else out there. Sell me on the big item. Now, I know this man in my heart that he's a good man, and if he was elected president, he would make a good one. I really honestly believe that. But, there's a lot of talk about this candidate, that candidate, who's good and who's bad. That's bullshit. We haven't even had the damn debates yet. None of us have had the opportunity to understand and get the full benefit of each one of them and what their policy and plans are.
We only have right now 3 candidates out there that we can really tell where they're coming from. And that, Beto to a degree, because he does have
no, Beto's got a way to go. He's got to get more distinct on his policy, on individual policy matters.
As far as the ones that we really know, they are Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders, and Elizabeth Warren that we know they stand.
And Mayor Pete.
Mayor Pete, we do, but we don't know him on a national stage.
But we have to remember that these polls, they're going to go up and down and go every which way until the debates and all that stuff. So the guy that's popular today may not, we don't know if they're going to last. There's enough bullshit running around that who knows what would take them out. But
Mayor Pete is good domestically, but he doesn't have the real foreign experience that might be needed.
Did Donnie's dickhead have that?
Well, he's a Rhodes Scholar, but that's exactly points out, there are pluses and minuses in each one of our heads about each candidate of what you're going to like. Don't forget what?
Don't forget that Pete was in the military.
Yes, he's been to war a few times. He's a veteran.
7 languages and
oh, he's an extremely smart individual. He got a standing ovation on Fox News, baby.
On Fox News.
Yeah, on Fox News, and good for him.
I watched that.
And not only that, he called out who's that? Laura Ingraham and who's the other dork?
Yeah, I know who you're talking
Tucker
about.
Carlson. Tucker Carlson.
Yeah.
Called him out by name on Fox as being purveyors of bullshit, and good for him for doing it. I think I said it yesterday. I did. I said it yesterday during the rant you didn't hear. That when Elizabeth Warren came out and said she didn't want to go on Fox because they're a propaganda station and all that. I agree. They are. That's all they are. But. And the big but, and I think Bernie Sanders has been on there. I think Kamala Harris, has been on there, and Pete Buttigieg now. It tells me something about you if you're willing to walk into that camp, baby.
If you can
walk into there and give them your shit, baby. If you're not afraid of that, it tells me something about you. I'm not saying Elizabeth Warren is wrong because I like Elizabeth Warren. She has a plan for every damn thing you ask her about, I think.
Elizabeth was saying, because I listened to a thing that she was talking about Fox News, is why would we want to go on there? They're losing their sponsors.
Yeah.
Why would you want to go on there and give them ratings? We don't want that. We want them gone.
Well, that's not going to happen. They're going to be there. We all wish.
But, honestly, that is how to get our message across to the few that may still listen on the other side.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Do what they have been doing to us.
That's what I say, Keith.
From within.
That's what I say, baby. Do what they've been doing because it worked for them, man. It worked for them. And that's how they got their big tax cut, and that's how they raped the EPA and everything else they've been doing. Kids in cage, everything else. They don't give a shit what you think. They're going to do whatever the hell they want. And that's the big problem. The big picture of this shit is we have not only a president, but a Senate, a Republican Senate, and a cabinet that are willing to stomp over everything this country stands for. For what? Their greed? I don't know. I can't figure it out. Their lust for power. What for, especially in the EPA. That's pure greed, wanting to kill this planet so you can squeeze another 10 cents out of it. Let's blow up another mountaintop. Let's frack the shit out of this or that. It's we could do better, baby. We can do better.
Really quick before we go any further, we want to welcome Tim to the call. Tim, long time no see. How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
How you doing, Tim? I forgot where Tim is.
For a while. I do apologize. The campaigning is very long.
Yeah, you're running for. You're trying to run for city council, right?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, up near Boston?
Yes.
Up in Massachusetts. Well, outstanding, Tim.
Tim, where in that area? You have a couple of people. No,
yes.
You don't.
Yes, we have people up there.
Blue dots up there. Where are you?
I'm about 25 to 30 minutes away from Boston. I live in Taunton.
Taunton?
All right. I know where that is. My mom lived in Pittsfield for a little while. I used to go up to Springfield all the time. So bunch of friends of mine in the Boston area, so you're kind of a little bit around that whole thing.
Well, yeah. Is it looking good, Tim?
It's pretty good.
Good. Outstanding.
I've been it's gonna be tough though against a lot more people than I thought.
Yeah.
But
it can get overwhelming if you're not ready for that shit.
That's why everybody thinks about this stuff as like, oh wait a minute, this is so clear cut. You ought to stand in one of these people's shoes.
Oh, Lord.
Even on the local level, it's harder than hell to get recognized.
Yes, during this last midterm.
Taunton is kind of like a center right, so I'm like, I'm a really far progressive left, so I'm trying to figure out how to balance that and get the conservative votes as well alongside the progressives and the other senators.
You're right.
Good luck,
they have.
brother.
They've tried to drag the center.
They've
tried to drag the center so far right. That the center isn't in the center.
I was going to say tried. No, they succeeded.
It's leaning towards the right, and I don't. speaking of, it just popped in my head. I hope if those of you that can go to my Facebook timeline, I shared a letter that let me see. Somebody had shared to me and said, "Please share this, John," and I did. And it was a letter written talking about abortion and a woman's right to choose. And to paraphrase, it would be like if a child had a terrible disease and he needed a bone marrow transplant, and the only bone marrow in the world is your bone marrow, and you're the only one that can save this child's life. Could the court come in and forcibly, by law, take your bone marrow to save that child? Now, the letter that was written there goes into extensive, deeper into that thought of where the law is on a woman's body, and pointed out several, including Roe v. Wade, several decisions by the Supreme Court about a person's body, even going to the point that after you're dead, unless you sign a donor card thing where your body is donated, they cannot come by and even take pieces from your dead body, even though those pieces could help other people. You know,
and you're dead, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter to you. You know, you're not going to miss them, but you can't do that, and that equates the same thing. The government has no right to come into a woman's uterus and essentially take control of that uterus for the benefit of the government or society or whatever. You know, that the debate as the morality to that is an arguable point for anybody to make. But by the law and by the Constitution, you cannot do that. And that's how come I think a lot of these things are going to be thrown out. You cannot forcibly take control of a woman's body and force her to have anything done to her body that she doesn't want done. And I think, you know, especially reading that and other
John,
opinions.
We're right about that.
Yes.
We are right as far as it being constitutional. However, that is exactly what they're fighting against. They're trying to take what constitutional protections are there and do away with them in the name of their evangelical bullshit.
That's called Sharia law, baby, and that's what they're trying to do. I don't care what anybody says. That's exactly what all these abortion bills are. There's Sharia law, baby. They're trying to determine what your moral life will be like, and it's none of their freaking business. And the more we need to press that,
hang the same immoral bullshit on us that they do with open borders. Oh, the Democrats want open borders. No, we don't.
No, they sell every kind of bullshit.
They want to kill all the fetuses. No, we don't.
Yes, we stab them with a knife and then we barbecue them over. But yeah, that's the picture that they try to paint. You know, it's disgusting.
And when the baby is born out of the woman's tube, whether she wanted it or not, the government says you have to have that birth. But then when they say that you have to help feed and educate that child, you don't see their help. They're not there.
Nope. That's their pro-birth, baby.
1,000 times. Pro-life, my ass. You're pro-birth.
That's it. That's all. You just want to see the baby come out after that. Hey, piss on it. It's not their job. It's not us, our responsibility to take care of that child or anything like that. That's bullshit. It is our responsibility. It's our responsibility as human beings to further our society. You know, you don't need a God to give you morality. It's I don't know. It's that old simple thing of can't we all just get along? Well, that's great, but there's going to be fascists. I mean, people in
Republicans.
Republicans, exactly. Evangelicals or whatever, the sparkle pony that runs in that you cannot combat, that you can't do a damn thing about, you can't reason with them or anything. And
like I always say, you can't legislate morality.
No, you can't do that.
Governments must stay out of our personal lives like that.
Yeah, Jefferson said the separation of church and state is essential for a free and domestic society.
Tim Silva, I'd like to give you an idea. Why don't you approach your campaign situation by creating a definition between the realistic right and the radical right, and tell them that you support the realistic right, but the radical right's got to go.
Got to go. That's it.
The radical right is damaging this country.
Package that up some way.
Yeah, you're right.
Because that is, we have to.
It damages the world.
Well, we have to remember that the majority of white women, college-educated white women, voted for Trump last time. These aren't stuff. These aren't all of them stupid rednecks waving a rebel flag. You know, there are a lot of educated people that voted for Trump because they were sucked up with a con job, that he's a big businessman, he's successful, and everything he touches turns to gold, and we find out everything he touches turns to shit, and he's a liar.
That's what got my kid.
You know, but that's how come I applaud those going over to Fox News and doing it, because those are the ones that are attending that forum, that town hall that they had that Fox put on, because you know, the guy with the redneck flag ain't going to show up. They're not going to let him on the floor. You're going to have, you know, at least look decent to get in the room, I'm sure. But
face your enemy, and see what he has to say.
Now, I'm the first one to say, there, you know, everything that I want to shove it up their butt. And, to me, once we get power, I want to take everything that we want and shove it up their ass, because that's what they've been doing to us. I don't want to hear no whining about, oh, we can't have free college, universal health care is impossible to have. That's a bunch of bullshit. Everybody else in the world does it. There ain't no reason we can't. And all of those progressive issues that we want, those should be pushed through up their butt, screaming and hollering. I don't give a shit, you know, because that's how they do it.
It's funny, right? All those progressive ideals are majority supported.
Yes. You know, but again, it's politics. It's just like the gun laws that we want passed. If you ask everybody, do you want responsible gun laws? Everybody says, hell yes, we do. Can we get them brought to the House? I mean, brought to the Senate floor? No, you can't.
Because you've got the NRA and other people out there lobbying and giving them huge money. That's why I think we have to do away with Citizens United right away.
That's a big thing, right there.
Yes, we do need to get rid of it.
Citizens United just opened the door for every bribe in the world to just come flowing in. You don't have to account for dark money.
And they sure as shit came, didn't they?
Yeah. That's
what Citizens United did they represent? People of color?
No, it don't represent people of color. It doesn't represent poor people. It
represents corporations.
That's it, baby.
Corporations are people too. Bullshit.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
No, they are not.
Yeah, no, they're not. Because if they were, I'd be going up to the CEO office, going, "Hey, I think my share's a little bit more than this."
What did you say about that? I'm sorry, Tim. What was that one you just said?
It said corporations are very evil entities.
Yes, they're only in it for them. They're in it for the money. That's why they're a corporation. That's how come they have a CEO.
Because they're just there for what the shareholders do. I remember that I still work part-time for a very, very large corporation.
This is my part-time job. No, this is my full-time job now.
They change the rules all the time for one reason, and that is to give more back to the shareholders. They're getting a 14% earning right now, and that's still not enough. How many corporations out there are running 14% profits overall?
That's the key thing that you always have to remember, that our laws, our tax laws, all that are written by lobbyists. They're not written for you. You don't have shit to do with a big tax bill. Nothing for you is in there. This is all how deals are made, how money is moved. That's how come we got the Deutsche Bank thing going on, because big sackfuls of money showed up at the bank and it's supposed to be flagged. But I guess
but that's why they're giving up the
Kennedy's son didn't think so.
They don't want to lose that.
No,
so they're saying
they're sucking off the tit. They got a sugar tit to suck on. They're gonna stay on it, baby. It's money. And that's, we always know that money is the root of all evil and all that shit. It's what destroys civilizations, just about the greed. It's the lust for that money and all that, and that is quintessential Donnie Dick. That's him. Money is all. It's all about the money. It's all about the gold surroundings, the name on the building, the name on the plane, the name on a wall, whatever he could get his freaking name on, because that's all he's got to sell. And
here's a good example though. One of the things you just brought that up, and that's who he is. Bring it down to the pictures of the things that we know about him. He actually does have gold-plated toilet seats.
Yes.
Guess what, Donnie? You still shit in that toilet the same way we do, you stinky
Oh,
bastard.
no. Now, you prove he shits. I think he's like Kim Jong-un. He never shits. Donnie doesn't shit. He's like, that's why he's so full of shit.
GI poo.
Yeah.
I don't want to date myself, but there was an old movie, first version of RoboCop. And if you look at the movie, there's a long, slender tower of a building, but everything around it was destroyed.
That's Donnie.
This is where we're going.
Yeah.
That's Donnie. You're
Donnie
right.
Right there. He wants
But
he wants to live in that ivory tower, that golden tower.
Make goddamn sure we vote him out.
Because right
That's
before
all-
it came online, Mama and me and Travis,
Vote
we were sitting out there because, I can't remember now, some story Mama had just read. And, it was a heartbreaking story. I'm sure some of y'all saw it. Of the lady had gone in, and I can't remember where it is. Anyway, she'd gone into the food stamp office to get food stamps. She was applying for food stamps. She had 2 children with her. She was turned down for the food stamps. She pulled out a gun, shot both of her children, and then shot herself. That's the answer to, we are not going to give you no food. That was the answer. How desperate does that woman have to be, that if she didn't get those food stamps, that she would commit such an act out and just right there on the spot? That's a heartbreaking story. You know that.
And then what if she had done that to
And what would it have cost our nation to give her those food stamps? That county, that district, whatever the hell it was. How much would it have suffered to give her those food stamps? That's what I'm talking about. That prompted.
Now they're spinning it all. They're spinning it all on her as such a whack case, and she's not. She's like a lot of women out there.
Why was she a whack job? Because she was probably struggling her ass off. That's why she was there asking for the help. And they want to thumb their nose at that shit?
Meanwhile.
Yeah, meanwhile, somebody in Congress is getting a wagon load of money delivered
Not
to
just
us.
that.
Now she's in prison for $300,000 a year per person. And that's taxpayers' money.
That's what prompted the conversation.
We just brought in that number, okay, $300,000, whatever. We just went into a trade war with all of this bullshit that he has put in there, and we're going to have to pay for it. It's already costing us more. And the one thing that he's come out and said is, we're going to give some of this, we're going to give X amount of billions of dollars to the agricultural industry, he said to the farmers. What he means is the corporate farmers are about to get their fucking food stamps.
And you can see that coming out in the news lately. Because here lately they've had several farmers coming out saying, "Oh no, I ain't voting for Donnie again because he's screwing us over."
Because if it's really a family farm, they ain't gonna get a goddamn thing out of this.
Yeah.
Monsanto is, but they're not.
Yeah.
2 millionaires from Brazil. They got 62 million. A congressman, he's getting 490,000.
That's your farm subsidy right there. That's what I was talking about earlier when I was talking about the difference between a subsidy for what you grow and the welfare that you give that mother that's where with 2 kids.
Down on her luck with 2 babies walks into a welfare office.
That's the
gets
disgusting
shanked,
part.
And killing her kids and herself.
Chuckster, 2. What's that say?
It's,
Chuckster, buddy, we got you, buddy.
Chuckster donated $5 through Super Chat. Again, if Donnie doesn't shit, then he's full of it.
That's what he is, Chuckster. He's full of it, baby. He's like Kim Jong-un. He doesn't shit. I'm telling you, he wouldn't admit it if he did.
Thank you again for your kind donation,
Chuckster. Appreciate it, buddy. Appreciate it tremendously.
Y'all just did it. Okay, I did it earlier on my rant. A little humor in here.
Mm-hmm.
The whole Donnie doesn't shit thing.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things ever. He was a precursor to Eddie Murphy. He was a precursor to Richard Pryor. Red Fox.
Red Fox.
The funniest things he ever said was, people worry about the way I use the word shit and fuck. But I gotta tell you, if you don't fuck, shit. If you don't shit, fuck.
I'm telling you, that's it. I love the way that the who was it? George Carlin did the word shit. You know, the different uses of the word shit. Good shit, bad shit, that shit, your shit, my shit, their shit. You know,
what the shit?
What the shit?
I'm gonna go take a shit.
I'm
wait a
gonna
minute.
go take a shit.
You leave a shit.
Diana Mallory donated $10 through Super Chat. Darling, we really appreciate this. Y'all are being very kind this evening. We appreciate it, and believe me, it's coming right at the right.
She wrote, "This is to help you remember to turn on the sound."
Thank you. I will remember. It was technical issues. I think it had to do with the capacitor C4 on the second motherboard over there. That one. Yeah.
I got a feeling somebody didn't hit the damn switch.
Somebody didn't know what to hit. Somebody didn't know what switch to hit. That's what that problem was. My heart sank when I started getting those messages saying, "John, no sound. I can't hear you." On the first one, I thought, "Oh, their shit must be fucked up. They're not hitting their sound or whatever." And then it happened again. And then I'm looking down at the comments, and then my phone starts going ding, 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 and I'm saying, "What the hell?" So I go to look, and sure enough, shit. My heart just sank.
So when it gets right down to it, Travis, it's your fault.
That's exactly right. Thank you, Leo.
You know why it was my fault, Leo?
I didn't want to say it, but you know.
You know why it was my fault, Leo? Because I wasn't here.
That's right. Exactly.
I wasn't here, and the one time I'm not here. One time I'm not here.
I screw it up.
I look at Dad and he's like, "Whoa, come on."
Yeah.
Travis.
Yes, Velda.
Can't hit the button.
If you're not there, then it's operator error.
It is.
On behalf of a long-haired beard.
It is, but you got to remember.
I wasn't the operator. See? That's the problem. That's how come you didn't get signed, because I didn't operate the right operating shit over there.
The thing is when I left.
I did something with the dogs today. You know that, of course. I went into PetSmart to get some specific puppy food for the Blue Heeler.
Yeah.
And while we're in there looking at other shit, but this guy walks in, and I looked at it, and I said, "Wait a minute. Maybe John needs to do. Why don't you try? You want to try braiding that thing and having it, straight kind of down?"
Mama has braided it. Mama's braided it.
I kind of like that.
It kind of looks kind of silly, I think, when she braids it.
Put some beads in it.
I've had lights in it.
We both did.
We both did. Me and Travis both had Christmas lights in our beard for Christmas.
Yeah, we did a Christmas live stream.
Was that Deborah Garlock that sent us those things?
Can you imagine a short circuit sparking?
Oh no, these were like little itty bitty LED little.
Oh, I gotta tell you something
that's
hilarious.
Oh, what is it?
I don't want to be plugging in an extension cord over here.
My husband Wayne used to wear these great big huge handlebar mustaches, right? And he used to have the mustache wax,
right.
to get them to curl really good.
Oh no, I think I see where this is coming.
Each side was, if you pulled it out straight, was about 7 inches long, right?
Damn, nice.
I mean, he had some.
You can
nice
choke on that stuff when it gets into your mouth. Yeah, when you start pulling stuff out of your mouth, you go, "Oh God, that's terrible."
Yeah, but here's the thing: he was a smoker.
And
he set that mustache on fire.
Oh shit!
It was like two candle wicks burning from both ends.
Let me tell you this: when you have facial hair, and you have to be careful with some things. When I was young and stupid,
he would beat his face to death.
I had what they called flaming matlow. And a matlow, if Aussie Dave was around, maybe he would correct me if I'm wrong, but a matlow was an Australian sailor. And I met a group of them in Guam, I think it was. Guam or Midway. Anyway, we were sitting around drinking Yukon Jack. But the thing is, you get a shot full of Yukon Jack, baby. You get a shot glass, you set it on fire, and then all of a sudden you just whap that sucker right in your throat and swallow it. Because if you try to drink it slow... your nose is going to be real burnt real bad. Or if you go halfway through and try to bring it back down, there's a big whoosh, and
it'll light your face.
Baby, you drink any kind of flaming shot like that, it goes down in one swoop, baby, or you're in dear trouble. But anyway, my tales of ignorance.
Humans are stupid.
Ain't we, baby? I'm telling you. Here, look at this flaming cup. Drink that. Okay, here. There you go. Drunk sailors, baby. That's what we did. I had an image to uphold as the United States Navy.
Glad to see those taxpayer dollars going very well.
That's what I always say when people say thank you for your service. I always turn to them and tell them thank you for paying your taxes. That's what.
If
it weren't for that, I wouldn't have got paid. So yeah.
My two younger brothers talked my youngest brother into pissing on an electric fence.
Oh,
that is so stupid. I've done it. That is dumb as hell.
You got to get close.
He couldn't get turned loose.
Oh!
Oh,
You'll only do that.
Did you laugh about that after everything was said and done, Velda? Did you laugh about that?
Are they wearing an apple right now?
15 years later, after I found out, hell yes, I laughed about it.
So it's always that hurting shit that you can laugh at later. You know?
Yep, that's exactly
it. Was misery when you went through it, baby. But yeah, now that yeah.
And I've got a photograph of my brother in a dress.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
There's some blackmail material.
Oh, you got that right.
Yeah. What, you want this to show up on Facebook? No.
Really quick, I want to chime in here because Jen Morgan's talking to the wonderful people over there in YouTube, and I swear to God, I've seen a few of these on the internet. I just want to bring it up here. It's 9:46 in Florida, 8:46 in Texas, and 18:53 in Alabama. These time zones are goofy.
These are goofy as shit. I'm telling you, Alabama. That's just. I don't think that's going to hold up. I really don't. I think these are going to be challenged in the Supreme Court, and we're going to have another one besides Roe v. Wade that is going to stand up for the women's right to control their own body. You know, it's disgusting to watch this, but it shows you the power that those that want to bring their religion into our government, into your laws, we have to stand up against that. Because there's a lot of shit in that Bible that they want to throw at your ass, and if we let this go by, then we're just allowing everything else, and we are right down that path towards something like The Handmaid's Tale or some shit like that, letting somebody's theology decide what the hell, your life is going to be like.
Mom's actually watching that in there right now, actually.
What's that?
Handmaid's Tale.
Is she?
Yeah. Yeah, she's rewatching it, and I'm just like, because I haven't watched the show yet.
Cleave unto me, woman. That's what we're going there and tell you. Are you shitting me? I'll get hit with something.
There's a meme on Facebook that's going around. I've passed it around several times the last couple of days. It says, "Please do not send coat hangers, wire coat hangers, to the governor of Alabama and the address and the street and the zip code."
There you go. That's don't do that. Don't do that.
We need to figure that out because I kind of want to do it.
Yeah, I gave you the address right
if that's
there.
That's saying don't do it, but it's telling you
don't do it.
Do the damn thing.
Yeah. No. I'm just being really blunt about it. I'll do it.
I saw it.
I've been looking at my closet. I've found 10 wire hangers so far.
Well, there are people coming and standing in the street about this, and as well we all should be. This is a pure attack on human rights. Women's rights are human rights. This is your body. The government cannot tell you what the hell to do with your body. Period.
Right. Well, did you see where Trump goes and went and said abortion through the first trimester, but that under certain circumstances?
Yeah, he says that rape, incest, and the health of the mother, which is wonderful, except for the fact that he is so full of shit. His eyes are bright.
Yeah, he's pro.
He was pro-choice right up to the time he ran for president. When he declared himself to be running for president, that's the first time he ever found pro-life. It's the only time he found religion. It's in his, all of that shit. Because he had to, because he said it a long time ago. If he ever ran, he would run as a Republican because they're so easy to just bait into shit.
They're stupid.
They're stupid. They'll believe anything. Yes, I'm a Christian. Well, that's all good for me. And we saw that in the Senator Kennedy during the Kavanaugh hearings. When Kennedy looked over there at Kavanaugh and says, "Are you a man of God?" Kavanaugh, "Well, of course." "Well, that's good enough for me." That's it. That's bullshit. Don't tell me that crap. I'm a man of God, so I'm supposed to believe everything you say. No, I've seen lots of Christians lie every day. And
more Christian women have abortions than any other population in the United States.
But it's got to be done secret, just like the good old days. It's ignorance. It's ignorance, and we have to stand against that shit, as all of us. And like I said the other night, we stand with her, we stand for nobody. We stand with the immigrant, we stand for nobody. We stand for our own planet, or we stand for nothing, because we won't have anything left. These are the issues of our day, but they're the issues of our life, of our generation, of our society. Everything is on the line this time. We knew that coming in here. We knew it after he won. And that's how come we had a big rise in the blue wave. That's how come we took the midterms. And we need to do the same thing with the Senate. We need to take it back because without it, baby, we're watching our rights go out the window. We're watching our planet go down the tubes. There is so much at stake here, baby. That's how come it's imperative that you vote when necessary. When you vote not only on the national level but in your local level. You need to get out and vote for Tim if you're up there in his area, because that's where it starts. If we don't start down here, we don't fix the whole line of shit up. And it starts with the basic ideas, the basic values that we hold as Democrats, as liberals, as those that are prone to be more benevolent to those that are less fortunate, you know. And that includes a lot of us listening to this shit right now. There's a lot of us that don't have the money to pay the bills next month, but you're going to pull it out of your ass somehow, because you always do, and you're used to it because you have to do it every month. People up there, they don't have to do that. They have no capacity for empathy because they're not. Donnie's never shopped in a grocery store. He doesn't know what a can of beans costs or anything. He's not interested. It doesn't affect his life. You know, Steve Mnuchin, you think he knows what a pair of underwear costs unless he's ordering them special with the sparkly things on so his wife will get all tickled with him, shit like that. But they don't care what you're buying, and they don't care how much it costs. This tariff shit going to add $800 onto the average American's bill every year. $800? Are you shitting me? There's a lot of us that ain't got $800. Where are you going to pull that out of your ass? Out of your ass. That's where it's coming from, because you don't have any choice. Yeah.
What are you going to give up? Your medicine?
You're going to give up something. You're going to get. It's going to be a priority list. You have to have a house. You have to have electricity. You have to have food. Well, food normally takes a lower rank, and it does at my house too. I got to pay the house payment, baby. That's the number one thing. You got to have a house. Well, the electricity's got to be on, or you can't. You know what the hell are you going to do? You ain't got shit. You got to pay that bill. You know, out here in the country, phone bill. You bet you got to have a phone, baby. You have to. You know, if you need help. There's the list of necessity keeps on going right down the list to where you're broke as ass. That's it. That's it. You're broke. And that's how come we got into that discussion this evening up there in the house about the national income that Yang talked about. And, you know, if you put a national income out there, everybody gets $1,000 a month from the government to subsidize if you earn less than X amount of dollars, you know, because
I think he was talking about $50,000 a year.
Yeah. Well, you know, they say that the income in this country to be happy, I think was the survey that said was $85,000 or $75,000 a year. If you're making that kind of money, then you can live without, you know, if you live within your means, I guess, you know, that you would lead a happy life. And you start doing the math where you fall in on that ladder and you're going, son of a bitch, I might as well be tying the rope out in the backyard on the tree and hang myself, because what the shit, you know, that's bullshit. You know, it's happiness is not a good marker for that, but the financial stress on any family, on any individual, the lady that killed her kids, I can't imagine.
Do you realize?
That's why in the UN surveys, they found that the American workers are like the most unhappiest workforce on the planet. We're underpaid,
overworked.
We don't have like vacationing time most of the time. No sick pay or leave. No maternity leave.
A lot of companies don't have that shit. You know, and we're
the poverty rate's 14.6%.
Anytime we caught up with the rest of the industrialized world,
well, you would think so.
Somehow, I don't know how.
You would think so.
We got the highest mortality, not morality, but mortality rate for children than any
well, them kids, they just need to pick themselves up, dust themselves off, and get healthy. That's
well, you just said it.
They're
though, John.
breathing. That's all we can get it.
It's about profit and that. Oh, you need to pick yourself up. That is kind of the American way, but we've taken it too far.
We've taken it to the degree that everything, you know, when we talk about the disparity between what a CEO gets paid and what the guy down on the floor gets paid, that's disgusting. And I say again, all these people that are making $50 million a year because they're CEO, ain't nobody doing any job worth $50 million a year unless your ass is on the line, and we call those soldiers. But we don't pay them that money.
We don't pay them that.
No. This CEO who comes in and flirts with his secretary every day, signs a few pieces of paper, $50 million. Here's a golden parachute. Don't worry, boss. You got it made for the rest of your freaking life. Old Joe Bob over there, give him a rifle and send him off to war and give him about 20,000 a year.
Exactly. You got soldiers out there that have done 15 goddamn deployments.
Yes.
My son included, 20 years of that shit.
Yep.
And, I mean, 3 Bronze Stars. And, yeah,
bless his heart, baby.
His military pension. Guess what, folks?
Yeah.
I make a little more money than he does right now, and that ain't fucking right.
Yeah, that old song, you ain't gonna get rich digging a ditch, you're in the army now, baby. That's it, baby. That's not a lie. That's the truth. For 100 years now, we don't pay our soldiers shit. We don't pay them squat as to what we ask of them. But that's
and
okay.
We
That's
don't
that
give
CEO.
The people that need our help shit.
General
the people
Dynamics,
like
you know.
Woman,
that guy
she was so destitute, so run over, that when she got told, you can't have about $200 or $300 a month for food stamps, she took her life and her kids' life.
Yeah.
That destitute.
Yeah. How fucked up is that? That's what you. How screwed up is that? That desperation is answered with a sorry, we can't help you. You know, especially when it comes to food. Nobody wants to go beg for food stamps. Nobody wants to humble themselves and go do that. But they're not in this because of their pride. They're in it because they have to feed their family. They have to put food on the table.
Out the big guys that make that food.
Yeah.
Really quick, before we go any further, we want to welcome Aussie Dave and Bud One Man to the call. How y'all doing?
Hey, Bud Man.
Hello, guys.
Hey, Aussie Dave. How y'all doing?
How do we know which one is Aussie Dave?
I don't know. Y'all say something. See if we can figure out who's who.
Welcome to Australia.
Right. Oh, that's Dave. That's not Aussie Dave. That's that guy trying to act like Aussie Dave. You're trying to play a trick on Minnesota. There you go,
You're
baby.
in the Navy now.
How's things down under?
Yeah, things are good. I'm just amazed that currently in Australia, people I'm speaking to are saying, "Wow, America has got a dictatorship already. You don't have to wait for it. You've got it."
We got it, but we're trying to get rid of it.
We're third world, baby. We're right there.
Yeah. No, there's no
Banana Republic.
Yeah, Banana Republic. That's where we're headed with this shit. That's what we're looking like.
You vote a dictator in, and he's dictating.
Yeah.
And I am so angry that this bloody Congress cannot be or cannot use its powers because you got this dickhead saying, "Piss off."
That's what he's trying.
No one's going to talk about me behind my back, and I'll make sure about that. So, Congress, go to hell.
That's basically what he's saying. He's stomping all over the Constitution.
Dave, John, hold on a second. Mama's right here. She poured me a shot. We got it right here. All of you that got something to drink it. Here, the shot is 2. Getting rid of fucking dictators.
Wait a minute.
I'll
have a shot glass.
I've got a bud. I'll have a bud.
Just take a quick swig out of the bottle, John.
It's gone. I just did it. It's gone. Thank you.
Have a beer, John.
Be right back. I gotta get my water out of the fridge.
That's good bourbon. I'm telling you. That's good bourbon.
You got it. Good for you, John. And somebody put their bourbon in the fridge. I put mine in the goddamn freezer.
I put it over a little ice. It's fine.
All right, then.
So what happens now, fellas? What happens now?
We force it. We force our representatives to initiate impeachment proceedings and get after this shit. That's what I want. That's what I want. I'm tired of all this bullshit. You can't look at this. You can't look at this person. All this crap. You can't see my taxes. You can't see my anything. Aussie's right. It's a dictatorship. He is saying to the United States people, screw you. You don't need to see shit. Just take my word for everything. No. We know you to be a stinking ass liar. I don't want to take your word for anything. You, your kids, your daughter's in trouble too. That's coming TikTok,
and
baby.
we still don't want a king. Period.
No. We got.
Listen, guys. he can turn around and say, even though you start all this impeachment stuff and all these actions against him, he can still do the same he's doing now. He can turn around and say, piss off. I'm not turning up.
Well,
he's going to. There's no doubt.
That's what. Yeah, he's going to try that. That's when we have to use the powers of the
But we
Constitution.
still have to use the Constitution.
Back.
Exactly right.
So here's the thought, you guys. Here's the thought.
What's that, Keith?
Do not impeach him. He will impeach himself.
Well,
let's run a Benghazi 7-8 consoles.
Well, that Benghazi hearing,
let him destroy himself.
That Benghazi hearing needs to come out of the hearings. You know, when you go into the into start articles of, or not articles, but impeachment proceedings, right? That brings the investigation to the House floor, and you start sending out subpoenas left and right and getting these people and talking in front of the public. It's one thing. There's a whole lot of, including congressmen and shit, and evidently, that have not read the Mueller report, are not reading the Mueller report, and don't give a shit what's in the Mueller report. I am trying to work my way through it. You know, when I offered to read that thing, I would have bit off a whole lot of shit to read that thing. But John, and I might still, because I said, I ought to, because there's, it's interesting, but it's boring at the same time.
John,
it has its parts.
Talk about that. Remember what my past life was.
Yes.
In between all those.
Yes.
Trust me, there are some people out there that can read that shit and make it interesting.
Well, some of them, the ones that should would be our lawmakers. This is what's on the table, baby. This is what Mueller wrote, and the obstruction of justice is in there, and that there's also a lot of this collusion shit that hasn't been settled yet either. When
there's going to be a situation, I can see it. There's going to be one of these situations where all these people become subpoenaed to appear before this committee for impeachment, but Trump will not want them to appear. So
orders them not to, and they don't, and it goes to court.
It goes to court, we win, lock his ass up.
Benghazi 1, Benghazi 2, Benghazi 3, Benghazi 4, over and over again.
7, I think there weren't there, Keith? 7 Benghazi investigations? 7?
Yeah.
I
do the same 7. Damn shit.
And let's talk about the emails. How many times did Comey bring that one back?
Oh, Lord.
Emails everywhere.
Butter emails.
All right, y'all. Wait a minute. Hold up. I'm going in. I'm going to watch Beto for a while. I love y'all.
All right,
and
Leo.
share this shit.
Share this shit. That's Leo Sahaki. Leo Sahaki, Biker Wisdom. Y'all can find him on Facebook. Leo, you need to get your YouTube thing started there, buddy. Yeah, it's easy as shit. Just start your page and start uploading the same thing you do. Just upload it to YouTube, and you're out there, baby. But y'all take a listen, and to the others. I know I saw Richard Anderson is out here watching this evening. I know Randy Kervin is out there. Ava Brown. The people that use their voice, baby. These, they're trying their best. Just like me, and I think everybody, try to give them a listen and give them a share anytime you can.
Right on.
Thank you, John.
You bet, Leo. Take care of yourself, buddy. We'll see you later.
You too.
All right.
Now, John.
Yes, sir.
John, what I can see happening, all you Americans picture this. In 2 months' time, all the subpoenas are out, all the documentation's out. Case is going to start on the 1st of July, this impeachment thing. I can see Trump pushing and putting armed guards at the front of the White House, making sure people who are subpoenaed to testify are either arrested or don't get in.
I'm for the arrest. I'm for arresting. If you don't honor a subpoena, arrest their ass. If Barr doesn't do it, throw his ass in jail. As far as I'm concerned.
John,
yes, ma'am.
That's what he's saying is. He's going to have them arrested. Trump will.
To
keep them from going in and
Yeah,
they can't all live in that White House.
Yeah.
They got to go home sometime.
Yeah. I don't put anything past this man.
He will keep the witnesses out of the White House subpoenaed. He will stop them from getting in there either by arresting them or saying, "This is an election. You will not attend. Go home."
I think if they did that, then that would be the breaking point for the Republicans in the Senate, because at some point, at some point they have to recognize tyranny when you see it. You have to be able to recognize a dictator when you see it. And
we've got it.
Yeah, we're damn near there. But like I said, history. If you don't learn from history, you're doomed to repeat it. We learned from history with Nixon. We're in the same situation right now that we were in then. We have a president that is trying to obstruct an investigation any way he can. We have a public that is demanding answers to it. We have a Republican Senate that is refusing and protecting a criminal president, and it is the House of Representatives that is responsible for bringing these articles of impeachment, for doing the investigation, to bring it out into the public. And when it does, the same thing will happen, because there's only so much bullshit you can put up with. Those white middle class Americans that voted for him, they can't stand there and defend a man when it is shown with proof over and over the criminal acts he's done, the obstruction he's done, the money laundering he's done, everything that this man has done. And it's all got to come out in the public. There are 14 other investigations, 14 to 17, depending on what one you want to read, separate investigations that came out of the Mueller report that are still investigating. And there are sealed indictments out there that nobody even knows what the hell's in them. And so there is a lot that still needs to come out, but it has to come out on the floor of Congress in public hearings so the people can hear it, so the news can hear it, so all the world can hear it, and they cannot deny the king has no clothes. At some point, their patriotism, their love for this country, I would like to believe in those Republicans that claim it so dearly, their love of the Constitution and this country and the values and the laws. Remember when even Donnie, we're the party of law and order. It's a lie. They're a bunch of lying ass con men. Today, when he was questioned about why was he going to try to stop McGahn, he was going to the airport, I guess, going to another one of his freaking little rallies, which he's done since he came president. The day after, he's planning another freaking rally.
And you're paying for them.
Yes, we're all paying for that. Yes, little stroke rallies that he goes to all the time. But oh shit, I lost my train of thought.
Yeah. El Paso's waiting for $470,000 from this campaign for when he was at that. He's going to stiff them too.
I lost my
Trump to Obama. I want your tax returns. That's what he said.
Yeah. Well, he's settled.
The nation asked Trump, where are your tax returns?
Yeah.
He will not answer that.
No.
You talk about the hypocrisy?
Anything. Yes.
Has anyone got his tax returns?
They've lost all claim to their patriotism, their morality, everything that they ever held dear to their heart that they proclaim they love for, they have shit on, including right down to their freaking religion. I don't care what it is. All the crap that this is being displayed to us on a daily basis shows you that they're willing to destroy everything they have for the love of him or for the love of money or whatever the hell it is, but they have no morality. They have no empathy in their hearts for anybody in this country. All of a sudden they got a hard on for Donnie and they're sticking with him. But no, that'll change, baby. We have to make it change. We don't have a choice in this.
He has sent your country back 120 years.
Oh, he's trying to. He's trying to desperately.
He almost wants to be.
And he's doing it, and we can see it in the laws with the abortion laws. If we're given the radical right that opportunity because of the way he governs, the way he talks about every damn thing, that's the reason the Klan came out of the woodwork and the white supremacy and all that shit and all the evil crap that ever came out of the world came out again to show itself because they have a friend in the office. They have a friend in our house that thinks that that's okay, and it's not. And the more that he gets out there and just boom bahs, what I was saying a little while ago when he went to the airplane today, is they were asking why he was trying to stop McGahn, and he said, well, the Democrats just want a do-over. And by the way, I've been the most transparent president in the history of all the presidents. Are you shitting me? That's the audacity of that man. He will stand there knowing everybody in the world that he just got asked, why are you blocking everything? And then stand there and the next breath tell you just how great he is and how transparent he is. It's a bunch of freaking bullshit. And if you believe any of it, yes, you are a stupid moron. And on that note, I want to say thank you to Kappa.
I think it's Kappa TGA.
Kappa TGA.
Anyway, they donated $5. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Kappa TGA. We appreciate it very much, buddy. Every dime helps. It goes to.
I got a quick question for.
Hey, I heard Dennis.
Yeah, I've been talking for like 10 minutes and realized I was muted.
Are you shitting me? See, it's not just me. It's not just me. Dennis did it too. He just didn't.
You rubbed off on him.
That's
right?
what it is.
You're
just part of a cult and you're trying to be like me. That's all.
I got a little off-topic question for Aussie Dave about that far-right Aussie senator that got A. I saw an article about it that they're trying to get him expelled, or he had expelled. What's the story on that?
They're trying. I mean, he's lost. He's certainly unpopular within his own electorate now. And that little kid that egged him became a bit of a hero. And you know, did you notice how rough they were on that young lad?
Yes.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh yeah, they rubbed him.
It was horrible.
Yeah, it was over a fucking egg. Come on.
He's shitting me.
Yeah, they only had to grab him and walk him away. But no, they had to lay the fist and the boots in. But certainly, he's on the outer, and he lost. In actual fact, in the last election.
Well, good.
So,
karma.
I think you'll find, but he's still kicking around. He's not one of those that loses and goes away.
He's going to come back and haunt you again.
Well, he's still, you know, going to try and the next 4 years have another go at it. But certainly Australians don't cop what you Americans are copying at the moment. But in saying that, we're a smaller population, and when something happens, the ripples move quicker than it does. Like through 25 million people, the ripple grows quicker to the end than it does through 150 million people.
Yeah.
Certainly, our thoughts over here are, we have to worry about our government. We don't give it a second thought because we don't have problem issues with our government like you are having now. And the whole of Australia is looking at America, like other countries, to see this is a fucking telly movie. This is one of those disaster movies.
Yeah.
Let's see how it plays out.
Can't take your eyes
Well,
off.
yeah, that's why I wanted to bring it up, because other countries are looking at us and following suit.
They are.
They're emboldened.
They're worried. They see the other countries like us are worried that now Iran, if that starts, it's going to pull us in as allies. A lot of countries, and we know that Trump wants that war. But what's amazing to us is he gets on your TV. I don't want war. It kills people. That's no good. Right. But yet he does want it, and that scares us. And we are worried that America will go to war and pull England, Australia, and his allies.
That's the fear. That's the fear.
The thing is, I would not blame them for not going.
Allied with Iran.
Right.
I do too.
Even as a African American man with Native bloodlines, I can understand the concerns from my Australian brothers and sisters, where they look at us and say, "What the hell is happening in America?"
We're making, you know, we need
Well,
to get our
let's be
shit
upfront
together.
here.
We need to
The
get our shit
American
together.
The American president, and I'm going to say this, and I hope Donnie don't hear this, but the American president has been and is the leader of the free world. And he is, in real terms, like a king, because he can start and stop wars with a flick of a wrist.
Yes, he can.
They have got that power. They have got that throughout the world. And you've got a fucking fool in control of the world's future.
Rex Tillerson has been meeting. They've called him up into the House and the Senate, and he's been up there talking to a bipartisan group up there about Donnie's foreign policy. And Tillerson was that he is just he's undisciplined, to say the very least, is what Tillerson said. He has no discipline on anything. You know, he doesn't plan anything. Everything Donnie does is a moment. He's a thought. that he tweets out.
He shoots from the hip.
Yes.
Brain
Whatever
pop.
comes to his mind, he'll tweet it out, and he doesn't know that those tweets could cause havoc in the world. It could cause havoc in the markets. It could really affect everything part of his little shit tweets. And we've never had a president that was willing to destroy a market or anything on the words of an idiot.
Look,
but we have
your
one now.
Your president and the leader of the free world, the person who really is the leader of the world, because as I said, he can start trouble and stop trouble. The thing is that if he was just a mean, nasty man, that's one thing. If he was a stupid man, that's another thing. But he is mean, nasty, and stupid.
Yeah, it's a combination of all three that makes it.
It's the whole package.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah, it's not an incomplete package.
There isn't any one of us that should put that past him. It's that come we're all concerned right now about Iran. Would he intentionally get us into a Tonkin Gulf incident? Would he stir up some shit just to get? Yes, he would. Yes, he would, because it would take the heat off of his ass.
A distraction is perfect.
Distraction.
Like this.
If we go to war, well, we're not. We don't have time to look into the obstruction of justice, or if he colluded with the Russians or conspired with them or made a deal with them, which I damn sure know he did. Just the mere fact that in the first part of the Mueller report, it points out that both parties knew what they were doing and both parties were A-OK with it, baby. That's who Donnie is. He is willing to take the help of Russia, out of Saudi Arabia, out of Kim Jong-un. Anybody that wants to give Donnie some help, he is willing to take it and roll over like a little dog and get his tummy patted. That's it.
World War III
he would
will
do
not
it.
be with battleship or aircraft carriers.
It's going to
They
be
will
shot
be
online.
built with nukes.
Well, there's a couple of reasons why he wants to do that. As far as go to war, it puts everything that they're trying to do against him on the back burner.
Yes, that's
and
what I
puts
mean.
New information on the table for them to talk about.
won't
Not
have
only
time.
that, anything like he's trying to test the waters with all these fucking pardons he's trying to float.
Yeah.
If he starts, look over there, war, and then pardons all these war criminals right under our nose.
Yeah, and that's what he's doing right now. He's considering pardoning several war criminals. One of them that really stuck out is the guy that was a Navy SEAL, and his fellow Navy SEAL members are the ones that turned this guy in for murder and for desecrating a body. I mean, this guy's a wacko bullshit war crime guy, and Donnie's going to pardon him because the right would love it. Well, he's just killing them people over there, them ragheads and stuff. That's their mentality. They don't give a shit whether it was a justifiable killing or not. It's in the war, so it's okay to just kill anybody. That's the message that he sends, and that degrades our military and brings dishonor upon them when he steps up and does that.
That soldier believes in God. That's all they care about.
Oh yeah, that's it. I'm a Christian. Well, that fixes everything. That's just like old Senator Kennedy in Louisiana. Well, do you believe in God? Yes, sir, I do. Well, you're an innocent man then. It's that kind of bullshit. Anyway, I see we're getting pretty well close to the time to wrap up the evening's talk. I know Travis has to have something to do later.
Yep. Yeah, I got to get off
previous
early
engagement,
tonight.
so I got to make sure.
Did you sleep?
Huh?
What was that?
A little beauty sleep?
I wish. No, I got to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning tomorrow.
He's got to get up early. He's going to go to Austin again tomorrow.
Yep.
You're burning up the roads between here and Austin, Texas, and that's not a short ride.
Just helping a friend move apartments, but they're worth it.
Yeah.
So.
Be safe out there.
Oh yeah,
over
of
a period of
course.
time, but man, yeah, that's a long
That doesn't
ride.
happen much now, does it? See, look at Travis, doing all that, traveling so far to help a friend.
Oh yeah.
America's losing that passion for. I think, for helping their mates. It's you're either left or you're right.
No. Both my kids are friends, mean the world to them, and I'm so happy with the. I say it to him and his friends all the time. When I see them together, and these are a group of kids that have been together forever, it just makes me feel good to see them still connected. Still, all of them responsible geeks, and board games and shit like that. Got a new board game. Let's play this. Are you shitting me? I love it. Love it. But anyway.
Hey, how old are you, Travis?
I am about to be 28 in next month.
Yeah,
So you're a puppy.
Yeah,
Yes.
fixing to dry the water out from behind his ears here pretty soon. He's going to learn.
Have you cut
sooner.
the umbilical cord yet?
No, that thing's still tethered to me. It's sometimes wrapped around my neck kind of hard. I have to remind them to let it loose a little bit.
Yeah.
But you love your mum.
Yeah.
Oh, I love my
buddy.
mom. I
There's
love
the ticket
both
right
my
there.
parents.
He ain't going to go anywhere without checking in with his mama.
Same, Mama.
We've had that discussion. I know where I am on the ring.
You shut up. I texted
know.
you yesterday.
I know
Jesus.
I know you did because Mom would get mad if you didn't.
No, Jesus Christ.
He loves his mama.
He
loves his mama.
He literally thinks that I love Mom more than him. He doesn't understand the
what
idea
he
that.
doesn't understand is I love his mama more than he does. So.
Well, yeah, no, that's fair enough, but still, like, shit.
Lucky
Can
mama.
we tell your treats?
Huh?
Can we share your tweets, what you said about Donna?
Oh, you can share it. Yes. Share all my shit. As Leo says, share that shit.
Bernadette, today's Bernadette's birthday.
Is it Bernadette?
Bernadette, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Bernadette.
Happy birthday.
I hope you had a wonderful day, baby. I hope you had a wonderful day.
She's in the green room.
Oh, well, let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and sign off.
Is she in the green room? I don't see her in the green room.
We're going to run over to the green room and get to talk.
But, yeah, we're going to head over there really quick anyway. So
Yeah, I want to run over to the green room, talk to everybody that's been hanging out over there that didn't get a chance to get on the show tonight. I want to thank our panel, everybody that showed up for this evening to talk. It was a lively conversation. It was a good conversation. This is what we need to talk about, making this country what we want it to be, because that's up to us, baby. We have a future that we want. It's up to us to get us there. And, we have a lot to do with battling this current president. But we also have a lot to do to pay attention to the candidates that are out there right now that are vying for the Democratic nomination. And so pay attention to what they're doing, what they're saying, what their plans and policies are. And as I always say, get behind the one that you like. And don't let anybody discourage you from that. That's your choice, baby. You get behind who you want. And then we'll all see where we end up come primary time and see who wins the nomination. And then we all get behind that person to make sure that we get them into the White House. And in these states, we need to take a hard look at the senators that are going to be up for re-election. There's a boatload of them. And we need to take as many of those as we can. And the number one is Kentucky, baby. Please come through for us. We need to get rid of Mitch the bitch. And on that note, I want to thank everybody for their donations tonight. Y'all really stepped up big time tonight. We really appreciate it. Those that donate through the PayPal and other gifts, we wholeheartedly appreciate it. And it just rocks our world, baby. We appreciate it, all that. So, and with that, like, share, subscribe, all that bullshit. And we'll see y'all later.